Look at his stance.
This was the skin of a killer, Bella.
He's
Look at his eyes.
Hi, everybody. We're the Skeleton Crew, and today we're going to look at some of the new dinosaurs that were released in the new DLC for Jurassic World Evolution 2. My name is James Napoli. I'm a postdoctoral researcher at North Carolina State University and the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences.
I'm Alex Rubenstahl. I'm a graduate candidate at Yale University.
I'm Dalton Meyer. I'm also a PhD candidate at Yale University.
I'm Amelia Zietlow. I'm a PhD candidate at the Richard Gilder Graduate School at the American Museum of Natural History.
And I am Scott Johnston. I am the vertebrate paleontology fossil preparator and technician at the Harvard Museum of Comparative Zoology.
And today, we're going to be talking about some of the new dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures that were released in the new downloadable content for Jurassic World Evolution 2.
So, why don't we start with the new Dimorphodon skin, because I'm over here by this hastily built aviary. And we'll just let these little horrible things go.
They're so disgusting.
This is a terrible little monster.
It is.
They don't look that bad from a distance.
If you can't see them, they don't look
Well,
bad.
they're gonna get in close. The fuzz helps a lot. I am loath to say it.
Oh, it does. And with the new system that you can now actually give them colors and stuff too, and it doesn't just have to be like olive drab green and flesh.
No, the only one with feathers is the olive drab green.
Yeah.
This one isn't an alternate model. It's just an alternate skin.
Feathers is not an alternate model.
No, it's just an alternate skin. So you just get the one color.
Well, because the head is still disgusting.
The head's still horrible.
Demonic.
I mean, it's an awful, awful thing. But
Gremlin man.
also, hang on. The little tail flap, the little vein.
It's going the other way.
It's got a tail vein.
Throbbing tail vein.
Shut the fuck up.
Isn't the little
Like a
like
Snickers.
Tail vein.
isn't the veinlet thing on the tail supposed to be like oriented up down?
Release some other ones. I thought it was.
Wait, is it not?
Hang on, let me release some old ones.
In the new model, it's horizontal, not vertical.
Why is that one so much smaller? Hang on, was that a glitch or is there small ones?
I think it was a glitch.
Maybe it's cold out.
I don't know. It's a different skin though, right?
Oh, the different skin. This is another fuzzy one that got made on accident because of the randomizer.
Oh,
And the fuzzy ones are smaller.
They looked a whole lot smaller.
That's interesting.
It is.
Oh my
It's
god.
significantly smaller.
Yeah.
Is that to like resize it to make it more accurate?
It might be.
I know that some of the alternate models. No, the old one's big. Oh, the old one it's a quad.
It's still horizontal mostly. It's got a little bit of a vertical.
Vertical diamond.
Oh no, the vertical is much more.
That's a freaking morning star.
It's a morning
say
star.
This one, which is just.
It's a flanged mace.
I'd like to confirm, if someone could confirm what the real fossil orientation of that little vein is, because like I've always thought it was vertical, but.
Oh, you're saying
don't study
vein,
pterosaurs.
V-A-N-E.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. I was like, why are we still calling it a vein?
That's what it's called.
Not the kind of vein I think about.
Fun fact: no skin impressions have been found of the end of Dimorphodon's tail.
So wait,
so
the
they
vein's
probably-
just fictional?
They probably based it off of like
Based on other
Rhamphorhynchus.
They based it on
has a
Rhamphorhynchus.
Oh,
tail
right.
diamond
Rhamphorhynchus.
vein.
What does Rhamphorhynchus do? Is it vertical or horizontal?
It's horizontal. Wait. Sorry, it's vertical. I had one
vertical.
on my wall.
Of
Do you
course.
want to go get more of your home decor onto stream?
just pull down my fucking painting and just.
So that's Dimorphodon. We have a look at this like, what a horrible place to be in this dome. I'm gonna leave it behind now. But I've laid out for us just kind of a smorgasbord of the new things, and I figured we'd start. Why are these unhealthy? But so I've put together just a whole suite of the new things, and let's start with Lystrosaurus, and we're gonna save what I think is the best for last. Although Lystrosaurus is also up there amongst my favorites, but I want to start with it because it's so cute. So you see here, this is as close as we can get to the Lystrosaurus without selecting them because they're so small.
This little guy.
But here they are.
Oh my goodness.
They're just delightful.
Oh, they're
I love them.
perfect.
Oh, I
They have
love the
eyebrows.
colors.
They do have eyebrows. That's a really great little detail.
Like, Hold on. Look at his eyebrows again.
There.
Like,
He has one
you mean-
eyebrow.
It's just hard to see in the direct light.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It would be funnier if he had only one.
It
Now,
would
Amelia,
be.
do you have a comment about the eyebrow?
No, what is it? I just can't see it because it's on my phone and it's tiny.
Mm.
Mm.
Which
I'm trying to find which one is the like film skin. I think this one is. Yeah, this one's the film skin, which is the drabbest of them all.
That's in
Oh,
keeping with
yeah.
Jurassic World character
And it-
design.
It does have the eyebrows, but the eyebrows really, if you look at it in the direct sunlight, like you can't see them. You have to look at it side on. They've got. I love that actually.
Oh my god, they're so cute. They're see, this is the type of horrendously ugly animal I'm okay with, not the Dimorphodon. These ones are ugly in a way that I just want to like pick them up and hug them.
Do we want to say? Well, hey, before we say anything about Lystrosaurus, I want to show you what's possibly my favorite thing about Lystrosaurus. And now I've got a new batch of them ready to go.
Oh my goodness.
And let's
I'm
just
so
have
ready.
let's have a gander at how they come into the world.
Oh my god.
Is it full of joy?
They're happy.
Oh,
They're happy
my
and I'm
whole
happy.
Heart.
Oh, that's great.
I spit some of my tea laughing at that. I hope that
Come
wasn't caught in HD.
Do we want to say anything about Lystrosaurus?
I like that maybe they had eyebrows, right? They
Yeah.
could have had
It's certainly possible they had some kind of hair.
hair.
Right, because
They
I
are-
guess the obligatory thing we have to say is that Lystrosaurus isn't actually a dinosaur.
No,
It's a synapsid.
What's
Of
a
all the animals-
synapsid?
Of all the
We're
animals
a
you can make in this
synapsid.
game, it's your closest relative.
Well,
Well, except
I
the
mean,
guess.
Except the
You can't
guess.
make the guests.
Oh, look at them! Oh my god!
Mm.
He's
Look at
kicking him.
this!
that
Get on up out of here with that sweetness.
that was delightful. Oh my gosh, look at the little tail, little chumbus. Yeah, so Lystrosaurus is on the mammal line of animals. It's not a reptile. It's a dicynodont. Also very famously a survivor of the end Permian extinction, the worst mass extinction in Earth history, unless you're Lystrosaurus, in which case apparently nothing happened.
Right, it was Tuesday.
Ah, you beat me to it.
And then the Triassic happened. And they're like, oh, we can't deal with this.
Right, I'm sorry, the entire Earth isn't on fire and the air isn't poison anymore. I can't. I simply cannot survive.
So
It wouldn't be. I forget. Would it be paleo accurate to feed these guys to Herrerasaurus?
No. Well, Lystrosauridae are basically completely extinct by the early Triassic, but there are dicynodonts that persist basically to the very end of the Triassic. They're just of a different clade.
yeah,
Darn.
Alex, be quiet. He's sleeping.
Oh.
Everybody.
Sweet boy.
Hello, friend.
Well, so that's Lystrosaurus. That's
Okay, how could we
an-
possibly top that?
an
We
incredible
can't.
addition. We can't top it, but you know what? We can come close. Some feeders need to be filled. Hang on, I'm just gonna. Why can I not dispense? Oh,
Because they're empty.
wait. Why are they dying? I made them immortal. Sandbox setting. Dinosaurs. No disease. Dinosaur lifespan unlimited. Oh, hang on. Dinosaurs don't starve. Dinosaurs don't dehydrate. Let's just turn those on.
The classic.
Let's get rid of the corpse before we officially film this next segment. It's going to be hard to top Lystrosaurus, but we do have another tiny friend coming up, which is Moros intrepidus, which for some reason gets its full genus and species name, which is probably because in the movie Dr. Grant is like, oh, that's a Moros intrepidus.
Actually, no, it's Remy, I believe. Is that his name? When he's giving Dr. Grant and Dr.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
I don't-
yeah.
He says
don't remember the character's
we've
name.
reconstructed some dinosaurs at their absolute pinnacle of accuracy, like this Moros intrepidus. Now, I gotta say, this is a lot smaller than the real Moros.
Yeah,
Well, I had always thought in the movie that was supposed to be a baby.
I think it is supposed to be a baby in the movie. I think that's been confirmed, but here, let's have a little bit of fun.
Oh god.
I forgot you can do this.
Oh my god.
We're
they're
in
very
first person
long.
view.
It's a
They're
cat.
so small.
They're like
a cat.
compy sized.
They are compy sized. I think they might be on the compy rig.
They probably are.
They're so cute.
But-
Also, the design kicks ass.
Well, it does, and that's what I wanted to talk about. So,
Let me go back to
Moros is
them.
very near and dear to my heart because my postdoctoral advisor discovered it.
Mhm.
And
Alright.
I've seen the real specimen in the lab many times because it's just out. It's part of a display that we have in the window of the prep lab. So, Moros is a leg.
It's a little more than a leg, right?
I mean, look, we got a whole head, a tail. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's 2 legs at least right there.
I think Moros is a leg. No, in any case, it's a beautiful design, right, Alex?
Oh, I
I
really
love it.
like that one.
It's so pretty. If
It's very,
I-
look,
I'm
the
going
feathers
to
like
pretend-
stop at the end of the tail. That's fun.
Ooh.
yeah, it's a thoughtful little design of a nice little guy.
And I mean, so I think it's worth saying Moros is a early diverging tyrannosaur, right? Or I shouldn't say early diverging. It's
a
Cretaceous.
Tyrannosaur, right?
Well, no, it's on the branch. It's north of Dylon. What I love about the Moros design is it's actually a pretty good tyrannosaur skull
Yeah.
reconstruction.
And it's also cute as a button.
Oh, it's so
Right.
nice.
It's
Feathers are
beautifully
lovely.
done. It's got the little lacrimal hornlets that almost all tyrannosaurs have.
Hang on, they're fighting. Are they gonna boop?
See the boop.
Bump.
Ah.
Let's, let me delight you a bit more.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
please.
By
Do they
releasing
come out
Flash.
fun?
Oh, they're
he was
confused.
Oh, the game's confused.
It's all right. I understand the cute stuff that's happening.
Oh, I
Huh.
liked that with my whole heart.
I liked that a little less because it was so jittery, but
I liked
It's okay.
that he was nervous about going over the metal thing.
And then he was very interested in the big movie thing.
I would like to say something scientific about it.
Sure.
What I enjoy about the character model is that it looks like a transitional tyrannosaur kind of maybe should. And that's what it is.
So the reconstruction of like just having 2 little fingers in something that's this far down the tree, is that legit?
I was curious about that too.
So we lack a lot of hard evidence in that region of the tree. There's a big unresolved area of the phylogeny because there's this region of earlier diverging tyrannosaurids that are all very incompletely known and have limited overlap.
Okay.
So it's very hard to know which one of them is more derived when we can't even compare them to each other.
So where
This
do we
is-
know that 2-fingered hands show up?
I think it's by...
Jittery one.
I mean, it's north of Dryptosaurus, which is like very close to Tyrannosauridae.
Okay.
I would not... I like that it's 2-fingered as a nod to what branch it belongs to, but they still could very easily be 3-fingered at this point. The head looks not unlike, an Albertosaurian or a juvenile Tyrannosaur, in that, like, it's shorter than, like, Jane's skull or an Albertosaur skull, but not too dramatically, and it's got the same overall profile and shape with the little lacrimal hornlets and everything. I just think it's a really good... I just think it's a really good character model to show, like, what kind of animal this is, using the areas of the anatomy that aren't known.
Sure.
To tie it in more explicitly. Like, Moros may be more primitive than a lot of those features, but I think this is a great way to reconstruct it.
Well,
Nice.
shall we move on from the smalls and get to the mediums? Something a bit more atrocious.
Oh, no.
No.
Here come the Atrociraptors.
Wow.
So this is not one of the movie skins. I'm gonna try and find the movie skins. Here's Panthera.
Okay.
I thought their wrist went the right way in the movie.
There's
In the
Tiger.
movie, they do.
I think they probably rigged this up on like a pre-existing Velociraptor model, and so it.
Disappointing.
Here's-
Their
Oh, no, that's not
legs
their
look a
own
little
tiger.
weird to me.
They're extremely
Just thick.
elongated.
Well, yeah, the movie design is supposed to evoke like a purebred dog, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
thoroughbreds, which I think it does do a decent job of that. Like when the evil lady was like, "Oh, they're thoroughbreds," and then they came out of the cage. I was like, "Yeah, okay, I can see that."
Yeah, I mean,
It looks like
Great.
a thoroughbred dinosaur.
right, if you wanted to make a dromaeosaurid into a fast-running animal, which I think it bears mentioning, dromaeosaurids are terribly proportioned for fast locomotion.
Yep.
They were not runners most of the time. If you wanted to make a dromaeosaurid that looked like one, it would look like this. they did a good job with the character design in that front.
If anything, I always thought that the choice to make some of the new dromaeosaurs in the movie Atrociraptor was a little bit weird. That we have a lot of very different and very strange looking dromaeosaurs that can have really distinct silhouettes, and Atrociraptor on first impression kind of looks very similar to the regular velociraptors.
Especially this tiger skin, which is like a dead ringer for the Lost World.
Yeah.
Velociraptor skin. Not the design, but...
So it's a Sornitholestine, so it's got kind of like a short face, which is something different. But
yeah. It's got like a blunt snout.
But so do the movie raptors.
Yeah, in these movies, they're converging.
The amount of screen time they get is proportional to how much fossils, how much fossil material there is, which is why this and Pyroraptor are on the movie for about 50 seconds each.
Oh, he's going a little...
This has a large segment of the movie
running
to itself, but the cumulative screen time is probably not a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, is it going to
What
kill
is
a
it
goat?
chasing? Oh, is it a goat? Yeah. Maybe?
Or it might just be...
I think my game might...
It's
My
just
game might
going.
not be happy that I have so many dinosaurs in a very small space.
I kind of like how it's just
Accidentally
gliding.
picked
It's
a very
it's-
small
it's-
map.
It has a mouth and it must scream.
Where are you going? I don't want to belabor the point on this, but I really want to see where he's going and what it's going to do.
What's
Is
the
it gonna
animation
catch
for
the
when they
goat?
come out?
I think I might have some in the...
Some
there's
in
a
the
goat.
chamber.
Yeah, I think I've got some ready. If I don't, I'll pop... No, I don't. Here. Let me get a batch of them.
So you know it's kind of a shame? It's that Atrociraptor, this character model, would not have been a bad Deinonychus model.
So
No.
Yeah.
that is similar to a thought that I've been having and I've been trying to figure out how to articulate. If these movies from the get-go had made better looking velociraptors and then just had Deinonychus calling back to the original movies as the bad guy in the last one, and they look like this, like that would have been really fun.
That would have been
Yeah.
I
cool.
kind of like these. These
I
look
like
good.
I like the intro to it. Like it focuses on the
Oh.
claw, and then they kind of talk to each other. I don't have many qualms with the game's like model that aren't just qualms with the movie model. Like
Yeah.
another big unfeathered dromaeosaur, but like very clearly they did that because they wanted it to be the evil raptor squad. That was like, oh, here's four trained raptors, but they're bad.
Right.
And I do absolutely love the name. Atrociraptor is a very cool name.
It's a good name. It lays on the ground with the hands correctly.
Yeah, I find it really cool that this game does such a dang good job with dinosaurs sitting.
I think to the point that, like, yeah, dromaeosaurs weren't fast animals, but this is what a fast one would look like. At least there is the deniability that when they made it Atrociraptor, that we only have 3 bones from it, and none of them are the legs. So, like, maybe it was a weird hyper specialized running one. It almost
Right,
certainly
and
wasn't,
I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually found a fast-running dromaeosaur.
But,
Oh, do you
like-
mean a troodontid?
Well, no, because troodontids probably don't eat large vertebrate prey.
But they do run fast.
They do, but you know, a eudromaeosaur with hypercarnivorous specializations that is also cursorial would be cool.
You're
This-
gatekeeping by using terms.
this is troubling. Just their behavior.
They're communing.
What's the official term for a group of Atrociraptor?
No, don't
is-
start
Is this a parliament?
It's an atrociousness.
atrocity.
It's an Alex.
An,
It's
an
an
atrocity.
An atrocity actually is very
It
good.
is an atrocity.
All right, but let's move on from Atrociraptor and move on to now, so not new dinosaurs, but some new skins. We got the new Allosaurus model. So here's the new one, the new Allosaurus skin and the old Allosaurus skin. They've done on this skin the classic Jurassic World, like half-assed crocodilian scoots, whatever.
What I really liked about the original base game design for Allosaurus is that it looked like a Jurassic Park universe version of what Allosaurus would have looked like.
Yes. Like
Like
this
in-
would have fit into Jurassic Park 1 just easily.
Right. But that's the thing that's always bothered me about the World movies is like they have a completely different design ethos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So nothing
But
ever
only sometimes.
like looking at the Giganotosaurus fighting the T-Rex in Dominion, like it looks like a crossover movie.
Yeah.
right? It looks like Alien versus Predator or something like that.
Mm.
Speaking of Predator, here's another predatory dinosaur. That's a bad segue. This is the new Carnotaurus skin. It's
I
got
like
the
this
little
one.
broken
I do
horn. I
too.
quite like it. Yeah. Let me see if I can find one that's in the sun. I brought a bunch of them. Here we go. If you're wondering, Dalton, why are the Carnotaurus and the Allosaurus in the same enclosures? Because I forgot that they did the Carnotaurus, and then I just had to have somewhere to put them. But I really like this.
That's very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I like the Carnotaurus design a lot. I like that Carnotaurus is a weird enough and good enough looking dinosaur that people never really need to mess it up.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's like, well, what it really looked like is actually really
Dinosaur.
cool. Right.
Yeah. So that's the Allosaurus and the Carnotaurus. I think I have some old Yeah, here's an older Carnotaurus. Like the difference is much less noticeable. Like it's mostly just the horn, and I think maybe a bit of the
coloration.
scalation. Obviously the colors, yeah. But I quite like this.
Yeah, it's
Me
pretty good.
too.
And now we get into the Joker of dinosaurs, Giganotosaurus. So the game has 2 models for Giganotosaurus, but I've only bred the new movie model, and I'm just going to compare the base skin to the new skins. So this is the one from the movie. It's gray.
It's
But-
green.
It's a green
Green.
gray, but
Ooh.
with the new skins, this model I think improves immensely.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Look at
goodness.
that.
So this
That
is
is-
what is this?
Vibrant.
Great Sandy Desert, full chrono. But there's that one.
Oh.
There's the one sleeping next to it
Eh.
that also is really nice.
I like the.
I love this little
Stick.
patch of color. Well, it's like I like this little patch of color up at the front. Maybe they're trying to evoke some clown imagery for the Joker of dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh.
It just wants to watch the world burn, right? And then in the movie, it did not actually seem to like it when its entire world was on fire.
It breathed fire.
Funny.
That was pretty cool.
That was really cool. I liked that. I'm a child.
I like it a lot. And I think like to jump to the movie a bit, like obviously in the game the color makes it infinitely better. In the movie what I liked about it is it made for a very good puppet. And
Yes,
It
Now,
did.
does it have broken like spines along its back?
yeah, I
I
noticed
saw
that,
that.
too.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
in the movie model as well. I think
That's
they all
cool.
have that.
That's a fun little
Let
mod.
me
That's a
let me
fun
find
little
one of the
detail.
movie ones.
Yeah, I noticed it a
Yeah,
lot.
it's got like that
Yeah.
little dip. That's fun.
What I
Honestly, I'm kind of here for it.
I don't hate this design.
I don't hate it. What I don't like is again that it doesn't look like it's from the same universe as like the original Jurassic Park
Yes.
designs, but that's
Yep.
true of all the world designs.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the original Jurassic Park Giganotosaurus would have looked like James Gurney's really famous and beautiful art of Giganotosaurus, the like very brightly colored one. It
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
would have
yeah,
changed
yeah.
the colors, but it would have looked just like that.
Well,
Wait a
that's
minute,
kind
that-
of what
that-
the base one looks like.
It is kind of, yeah.
Mhm.
We've got a few more designs to go through. So now just new skins for the Dreadnoughtus redesign. I was going to try and find a movie version first to start. Here's a movie version, and here's the new version. I like the movie version, and it's just more colors. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing much to say. The movie
This
design
is-
is not bad.
This is addressing one of the major, like, criticisms I had of the movie designs, or at least one of the things that I wasn't the biggest fan of, which was that, man, they are very drab.
Yeah.
And I would probably like the models a whole lot better if I could play around with a bit more colors on them. And I do like the models a whole lot better now that
Yeah,
they're
and now you
not
can.
just blue-gray,
Not just gray.
green-gray.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about the new movies and making everything gray, but
They're cowards.
that's what they do. Yeah, it's because they're cowardly.
Minus
there's
the
also-
new Parasaurolophus.
Yeah, the beautiful Parasaurolophus.
Well,
Yeah, beautiful
Honestly,
design.
Dominion was not bad about color.
Well, no, it's like
No,
for the
on some
Giga,
things.
it's just such a kind of muted off-white design. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't love
Off-white?
it.
But so
Gray,
those are Dreadnoughtus.
so to speak.
Now we've got Iguanodon, everyone's favorite dinosaur that they don't forget about. And because we don't ever forget about it, I've bred both the old version and the new version because I didn't remember what the old version looked like because I never make these.
Oh, I
Um,
love Iguanodon.
This is the old version, and I quite like the old version. I say that a lot, don't I? This is the old version, and I really like the old version.
I
Yeah.
do too. I like that it's hefty.
Let's have a look at the new version. It's a little smaller. This is the base skin. Oh, I was trying to get to that one over there. I think the hands might be a little better. They're like daintier. I don't know.
I kind of like the horrible mittens the other one has.
Well, also, I think in the real animal they're quite large. Like this,
I think they are.
This looks more naturalistic in a lot of ways, but I think it looks almost more like a more generalized basal.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? An Ankylopalexian?
Yeah.
It's or Styracosternon. I can't remember which is the more derived of the two. But it's the
I
more
always
derived
forget.
of the two.
No one watching this is gonna care. I don't care.
Come on.
Like, it's a good model. It just doesn't really look like Iguanodon specifically.
This feels like a Camptosaurus.
Does.
Yeah.
Right, or even
It's
like
not, but-
it's like Mantellosaurus shaped, really.
Yeah.
Well, that might be what they based it off of, and then just called it Iguanodon because
I thought I saw
nobody knows the
someone
difference.
online. No, see, well, you say that, but I've heard that before. I heard it online. I don't remember who said it, but there was chatter among the folks on Paleo Twitter about it being Mantellosaurus.
Yeah, I do think it's Mantellosaurus, which I thought was more basal, and it's actually not. It's closely related to Iguanodon, quite close.
Well,
So I kind of like seeing them together because you can just
Yeah.
be like, oh, there's two species and that's it.
it's nice. I like the model.
Yeah, I do too. But the giant hands and mittens of the Iguanodon are actually
Pretty.
right. They're
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
I thought so. They just, man, I don't like looking at them.
No, but like,
I don't know
and
what you're talking about.
that one was standing weird.
It's troubling.
But
It's
you know,
stanced up.
assuming that they were whacking each other with their thumbs, it makes sense.
Assuming they were busting down sexual style.
Busting down sexual display style.
Hey.
Boo.
Hey, we're supposed to be an educational channel.
He's meditating. Anyway, there's Iguanodon.
Nice.
And now let's move on to my favorite addition to the new to the new pack, which is Oviraptor. I think I've got a film skin here. Yep,
Can I
Look
say the
at-
line?
this. Say the line.
Say the line.
That's not Oviraptor, that's Pseudopody. And that's not Pseudopody, that's an undescribed taxon based on a specimen numbered IGM 100/42.
Cool.
It's also known as the Zemain-Kant Oviraptorosaur. It's also referred to as Pseudopody spa. That's not Pseudopody osmolsky. I say this every time I see art of Pseudopody because it's always based on that specimen. Which is also what art of Oviraptor is always based on, because Oviraptor is a piece of garbage.
How can you tell?
You can tell because the crest is really big. It's built different, specifically in the crest.
That actually, a lot of paleontology, most of paleontology is just figuring out how things are built different.
Right.
That's funny.
And this is built different.
Whoa!
Ooh, oh my god. Bird shit.
Did some bird stuff.
I loved that.
Bird.
But let's take a look. The Oviraptors
Oh,
are
these skins
so
are great.
beautiful.
Yeah, they're beautifully done.
I've made like 1,000 of them because I just couldn't stop.
They're like
And I'm gonna
fancy
make
pigeons.
more.
You're like a Victorian gentleman breeding pigeons,
I am.
Dalton.
Come into the sun, my beautiful blue child.
Oh my,
Oh my
gosh.
That one's
Look at
the
that
best.
crest.
Love it.
Yeah, these are stupendous. I just love these so much. Let's take a look at how they come into the world.
They're also way small, right, James?
They're tiny.
Well, so here's the thing. Oviraptor itself is much smaller than Pseudopody also.
Oh,
This
That's
is
a low
probably
bar because Pseudopody's huge and terrifying.
right.
Pseudopody is awful.
Oh yeah.
Pseudopody was
angry.
indisputably one of the most horrific animals in its ecosystem.
look at
I'm
them
glad
strut.
it's dead.
All Pseudopody should have been hunted to extinction. The thing about Oviraptor is it probably, based on my reading of the holotype skull, there's not really any evidence for a crest like this, and crests are not particularly common in this region of the Oviraptorosaur family tree.
Mhm.
So my guess would be that the real animal probably didn't have one, or had a very small one like Pseudopody, where it probably wasn't even very distinct from the rest of the dorsal margin of the skull.
Uh-huh. Sure.
This undescribed
How do you-
Pseudopody species has a very pronounced crest. I don't think it was covered in keratin, though.
How
Like,
do you
why not?
feel? How do you feel about soft tissue crests on Oviraptor?
Oh, they didn't have them. There's no reason to think they did.
So what do you mean by that?
You mean like a comb? You mean like a rooster's
I
comb?
don't know. I've seen it drawn that way as well, or like, given the tendency of modern paleo art to have a lot of fun with speculative soft tissue, I've seen it done.
I'm sure that bird-like dinosaurs tended to have soft tissue display structures on their head and neck like a lot of birds do.
Yeah.
I think it was probably very variable by group. There's certainly no evidence that Oviraptor did in any sense.
A pack of these things could strip a Tarbosaurus clean in 45 seconds.
I think that they would be very good at processing both meat and plant material. They've been interpreted as mostly herbivores, which I also agree with. But
Do you
I don't know,
think
they're
you'd
doing
take
something
one in a
odd.
fight?
They have awful little fake teeth in their beak.
Well, it's not a
Right.
fake
God,
tooth.
yeah.
It's a single ventral projection of the vomer and maxilla, right, Alex?
Really?
What?
I'm
I thought it was one tooth.
not even sure it's the Vomers contributing it to that much. It seems like it's almost exclusively like the actual point. It seems like it's maxilla almost exclusively.
What
So-
about
But
like
that means
I-
that it's the side of the mouth and not the roof of the mouth.
No, it's coming right out of the
No,
roof
it's
of
the
the
roof
mouth.
of the mouth. It's
No.
on the palate.
But
Well,
it's
I'm not even
made.
talking- I'm not even talking about those. I just noticed, at least, or unless it's taphonomic on the Pseudopody skull, it's got little nubbies along. Like the beak is not.
Oh no,
Oh.
yeah. Those are like scalloping along the
Yeah.
Yeah,
front.
that's
edge.
what I was talking
yeah.
about. I wasn't talking about the horrible
And
palate.
the premaxilla and the maxilla have kind of these.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe them. You're Mr.
They're-
Oviraptor. How would you describe them?
I think they were described as furrows almost. That it's like
Yeah.
four
Jim said.
parallel, like hemi-cylindrical like ridges that have furrows between them.
What did Daddy Jim Clark say?
That's what Daddy Jim Clark said. They're very unusual animals. They've got a lot of weird stuff going on. I think the scallop margin of the premax would have been covered with the keratin beak in life. I don't think that would have been visible.
Okay.
But the ventral projection on the roof of the mouth
Yeah.
is definitely doing something. I've heard
Oh,
people
it's bad.
Is
people have
it-
speculated that they were using it to crunch like shellfish, that they would use it as a
That's what I've
breaking
seen in like
surface.
old paleo art or
Yeah.
eggs.
I was
think-
gonna say return to egg.
But what we said earlier about soft tissue things on the head crest, that I know
Yeah.
that you have said that one of the depictions of Pseudopody that you like the most is Henry's, where it has the awful, horrendous, bulbous sinus projections coming out of the top of it, and it looks like a demon from Dante's Inferno, and
Just ugly. I
yeah,
love it.
it's so bad.
it's an ugly monster with a giant cavernous mouth with a fucking stalactite hanging down from it.
Horrible
It killed
animals.
God.
It's horrific. The only good thing about most Oviraptorosaurs is that many of them were small.
And that they're dead.
And that they're dead.
Yeah.
But Pseudopody... So Pseudopody's nostrils probably would have been toward the top of what we generally call a crest, even though I don't really think it was very crest-like in life. But they lead into a gigantic expanded cranial sinus that overlies the entire brain case and is a larger space than the brain case itself. So they've got a giant air pocket on top of their brain that is physically larger than their brain.
We hate it. We hate to see it, folks.
Insert
And-
Airheads joke.
And again, Pseudopody, when standing on its hind legs and kind of stretching its neck, I would guess is approaching 6-7 feet tall. Each
Ugh.
claw on its hands is larger than Velociraptor's toe claw. Anyway, Oviraptor's a great dinosaur.
This is great. I love this. My armada of Oviraptors.
There are dozens of them.
I do, however, I want to really could because I forgot that first person existed. I just want to take a walk among the Lystrosaurus really quickly because I want to see how. Oh my god! Look at them,
You're
they're
the
little
king.
piggies. Oh, pick them up, look them around. They're great. Oh my gosh! Look at that. I bet they're heavy too. They're like a sandbag. Just
Oh,
dense.
yeah. I've worked on at least
Yourself?
small parts of. I have worked on myself. Thank you for noticing. I've worked on at least small parts of Lystrosaurus before, and they are sturdy critters.
Well, yeah, it's gonna take more than a stiff breeze to knock this bad boy over.
Absolutely.
Right. Their center of gravity is so low, you cannot displace them.
There it is. There we go. Hang on.
You understand that many
Yes.
Lystrosaurus will likely be killed in the violence, right?
Listen, I'm
That's
hoping that they'll survive. They're born
They're
survivors.
survivors. Yeah.
yes.
They
That's
survived the PT. Can they survive the DOM?
Allosaurus.
That's the "Are you sure about that?" sign of this game. It was like, this action will cause the death of several Lystrosaurus.
He's a danger to guests.
Oh, he is. Look at him.
This is the most dangerous animal to walk the face of the earth. Apparently, we got some injuries. Oh no,
Animal Planet's the
the most extreme.
most extreme.
There's fighting.
That show was
Between
fever
theropods.
dream.
Yeah, remember when that one they like modified the human models to like have like a pancake mouth and a
Oh,
crocodile body?
I see it when I drink too much Benadryl.
No, you don't. Everyone sees exactly the same thing when they drink too much Benadryl.
The Hat Man.
Hat Man.
What
The
is
iguanodons are just fighting each other. We should explain that after we're done with
No.
it.
No. If I could live in a world where I didn't know about it, I'd prefer to.
I'll tell you about it later, James. I'll tell you when you're older. What does this mean? Did you see that he had like swords
Yeah.
above him? I guess that means he killed this Carnotaurus. The first casualty.
Damn, he fucking really killed it.
Oh, he's mega dead.
The Carnotauruses are apparently very bad at fighting.
Oh, that's sad.
They're lovers, not fighters.
What's going on? Okay, this one, nothing's a danger to guests except this one Lystrosaurus.
Who is? No, he's awake now. I thought he was asleep the whole time.
Look at these.
Look at his stance.
This was the skin of a killer, Bella.
He's
Look at his
eating.
eyes.
So that's it for the new dinosaurs in the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Malta expansion. Here we can see all progress going to hell as the dinosaurs kill each other, as God intended.
Dun, 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 dun.
But don't fear, this will not be the only content that we produce for Jurassic World Evolution 2. In fact, we will be iteratively ranking all of the dinosaurs in the game on a tier list to determine... Oh,
Did you
no!
see it? It throws them.
No!
Do it again.
Oh,
Oh!
I can't.
Does
I
it
gotta
turn it
go
off?
back. I gotta go back. I can't.
Turn it off!
What have we done?
No!
Some of the most vicious animations in this game are how predators kill
The tiniest,
the
cute...
Lystrosaurus and the Homalocephaly. They're so sad.
Oh no.
The Carnotaurus one, when it steps on the Homalocephaly, and it just makes a burping noise of all of the air in its lungs being forced out at the same time. It's
God.
so sad.
Oh.
And it makes me laugh every time.
Oh my
I'm
god.
actually
I'm very
tearing
upset.
up.
Don't
Right,
worry.
but I just
None of that
saw it.
actually happened. None of
Thank
that
God
happened.
it was
We're
just a
going to
fever dream. But what was not a fever dream was talking about the fact that we're going to make more videos about this game. And we're going to rank the designs on a tier list.
They've been on the internet. They know what this looks
You
like.
know what it's going to be like, and we're going to do it. And stay
And it's
tuned, it'll be
important-
fun.